Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. I'm going to preview for you a purchase that I made recently. Usually I call these flea market finds or Facebook marketplace finds because predominantly those are where I find reels. But this is actually a repeat business find, if you will. I have a fellow that's been cleaning out some of his surplus tackle from years and years of collecting and using, and as he's moved on to some other tackle, I guess the reels are broken and they've wound up in boxes, and the next thing you know, I get a call from him that says, I have some stuff, would you be interested in purchasing? And we've done a good job here. The last purchase went well, and I thought that we would take a chance on this one too. So these reels are not in top condition. There's a lot of candidates in here for my YouTube videos, and we're going to go through these. I'll show you what I found at a decent price. It's made him happy. It'll make me happy once the reels are repaired to sell them off and make a couple of dollars for my efforts. So before I get started, I want to thank our first responders and essential personnel for everything it is that you're doing. It really is appreciated in terms of keeping us safe from the pandemic, and whether you're fire, rescue, police, EMTs, hospital workers, anybody in the medical fields, or our supply chains and transit systems and the like, thank you for what you're doing. It really is appreciated. So let's go. Take a look at the reels first, and then I got about 10 rods, about 15 reels or so. They're nothing new in here, but I think Chris will be happy because there's a lot of spinning wheels in here for sure. And we'll go see what we can do to make these work. So there's a couple of pen reels in here, the pen spin fishers. They're all pretty well beat up. Here's a 650, very, very tired. Kind of sounds like it's dying of old age here. And let's see if we do have an anti-reverse. So this one, I think, just probably made it to the end of a season and sat on the sidelines. It got salt encrusted and probably just needs a good cleaning. There's a little bit of play in this spool. I don't know if that's because the drags are bad or if there's a bigger issue there, but we'll find out. Here's one that we get a lot of. It's the Mitchell 300A. These are nice little reels. This one seems to be working. I don't know where that line has been, but it's been there a while. And we have a common problem with the Mitchells. The bail is not holding. This little arm here should be swinging back and forth. It's not swinging. If you have this problem, the first thing to do is pull the spool, and you can basically rotate. If you have that big circle in the baffle there, rotate it so you can get it over to this arm, just about there where you see that screw, and then do a good shot of penetrating oil in there before you go pulling anything about. Just kind of soak it down like I'm doing here. And sometimes if you just work that manually, you're going to free up the bad grease in there, and next thing you know, that was unplanned, but it worked, huh? It's holding, right? So sometimes it's as simple as that. Just go in and get it cleaned, and sometimes you can restore the bail function. Sometimes it's much more than that. It's a broken piece of part. Also, I'm just noticing there is a hole here. You can squirt through that hole if you like, but that's kind of a quick fix, but this one deserves a lot more than that. There's a couple of Mitchells in here, which kind of tells you the age of the individual that was selling these, because most of us grew up fishing these, but not too many folks are fishing them anymore. This is a Mitchell 302. It's a war horse for the old saltwater surf fishermen. This one's got all tangles on it in terms of the line, but it looks to be good otherwise. And here's the second, I believe it's a 302 as well. This one doesn't have the markings on it. I think from an age standpoint, I'd have to, well, it's been repainted. That's why the cap there, the regular red cap is black. It's all been painted over. I guess that's okay. Who cares, right? What you do care about is the sluggishness. This one, I bet you, has got dried grease in there from the 60s. We'll see. Okay, here's another spin fisher. I think this might be the same 650 variety. Kind of hard to tell. Yeah, this is another 650. Oh. Unless that's a train, there's a problem in there. That sounds like a main gear. So one of the things you want to do when you're diagnosing and testing reels for particular issues. Pull a spool. Sometimes it's just an out of round spool. Give it a, yeah, we got the same issue. It's not the spool. Interesting, it back pedals. So there's something going on in there. Maybe we'll do a video on this one just to show you how to diagnose the problem. But don't assume that it's in the reel all the time. Sometimes you got a bent spool or a warped spool, and that will cause the issue. Okay, next up is an Olympic. This is, I think it's no, it's the Ryobi. It's the Ryobi number 2 locomotive catcher. This is one of a series of reels. It's all kind of bundled up here. You can see the dried grease that's coming out from there. So this has sat a real long time. Interestingly enough, it does have an anti-reverse, and it is working. So we'll do this one. I haven't done a locomotive in a while. Here's a nice old reel. It's the Penn 200. It's the Surfmaster. That's simply lack of oil. So there's burrings on each side of these. When they dry out, they cry out. Otherwise, the chroming on this looks very nice for being in a saltwater environment, and most of this stuff will clean up. You got the Surfmaster with the beautiful little etching of the Surfcaster out there. All right, we have another spin fisher. This one looks like the 550 SS. This one's got braid on it, so it's probably been fished more recently. It's got braid on it that's tangled under the spool. Oh, we got another skip here. So that's either a very loose handle, I doubt it, or it's a main gear that needs to be replaced. The paint on this one is good. The badges are pretty good for the age of the reel. It's in pretty good condition. All right, here's a Penn 9, I think, or not 109, one of the two. It's the 109. So this is the one, I always get this question on the 109. Gee, my line's letting out, but my handle's moving. Well, that's the design of the reel. It's got nothing to do with a piece being broken. It is a knuckle buster reel. So you will have an anti-reverse when you flip this lever, but when you release to drop the line, that handle is going to continue to turn. And this one should be fun. I haven't done one of these in a while. This is a damn quick reel. Hard to see which one it is. But quicks are among my favorite. This one may not be my favorite. It's frozen. So we'll see what we can do on that one as well. Maybe we'll do a problem diagnosis first there. Okay, those are the reels. And I think many of you will think probably did okay. Well, I got 10 rods as well, but there's a couple more reels, so let me show you those. First one on a big old stick here. Beautiful rod and reel combination. This is the Penn 66. It's the Long Beach. So the Long Beach had this a double series, if you will. The 60 and the 65 were staples of the charter boat industry forever. Smaller design, kind of similar in nature on diameter to this 209. Good strong gearing in the thing, and like I said, everybody used them and parts are still available for them, and it's nice. This is the 66 next up. So this is a 4.0 size reel. It's got a narrow frame to it. Still uses the Long Beach as opposed to the Senator gearing. And the Senator's difference is it has metal side plates on the outside in addition to the beauty rings on the inside. And that's on a beautiful rod that's meant for heavy fish. So we'll see what we can do with that one. Next one up is everybody's reel from the 80s. These reels are bulletproof. They were inexpensive, but boy, that doesn't mean that they weren't good for fishing. These are the Shakespeare Alphas. It's a single ball bearing reel, and this one's got a lot of things that need to be done to it, including pulling out the old line, making sure it works. You probably won't find an end cap for these anymore. Not important, but it is an egress entrance for water, so you have to be careful if you don't have those little caps that you want to make sure that you keep these reels dry. A couple more here. Here's another reel that Chris would probably like to see. This one is an Olympic. It's the 300 LGV VO. I believe it's Olympic. Yeah, it's Olympic. It's Helsicon gear. All right. Well, I haven't done one of those in a while. I've done some Olympics and I haven't done this one. So we'll take the time to go do that one as a feature in one of my videos. And there's 2 more reels here. Let's just grab this quickly. This one's on one of my favorite poles. It's on a Daiwa Gold pole. This one is a Mitchell 306. So I just previewed for you in the work that came in that the anti-reverse wasn't working on a 306. Here's a 306 in much better condition. And this one is on a Daiwa pole. And then there's one more here. Let's just go grab that one. This one's on a custom. Oops. It's on a custom pole. This is a Daiwa also. Not sure which one this is, but it's a single ball bearing one. It's got a long cast spool, and it doesn't tell me anything beyond that. So I'm going to do this one. I haven't done this one yet, but we'll see which one that is, and we'll make sure that that one gets a video as well. Kind of like the way that this reel looks. My guess is it's a 1990s reel. And looks like this one is in good condition. So we'll see what we can do to give that one a second chance and get that one out fishing again. So those are the reels that I got at a recent sale. They kind of go to the back of the pack, right? We've been doing a lot of previews. I've got some charter boat reels. I've got some reels that I got to fix for my customers. So these will be there when I get around to it. So you may not see them posted in the next day or 2 or 3. Or maybe even the next week or so. So what I would encourage you to do is to subscribe and to hit the notification button. That's why when these reels come up, you'll be able to watch those that you desire and learn a little bit about how these reels are made and how to service them. If you have questions or if you'd like to see any of these done, please let me know in the comments section. If you have a reel that needs to be serviced, just contact me by email on a business card that follows. I'll provide you with the service information. And finally, among all things, please stay safe, stay well, and say thank you to a first responder and essential personnel for the roles that they play during the pandemic. So this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Have a great day.